Hi, my name is Emily Iannelli of T-Girl Angel, and I'm going to be a little different in this video. I'm going to have some fun. No serious topics today for this video. Strictly fun. Um, did you ever wonder if you had the opportunity what you would do with your life if you didn't have to conform to a certain standard, that you could be free and just evolve and be as creative as you wish to be? I always admired people who were out there, who didn't have any hesitations in being who they truly felt they should be. I admire music artists. I admire people who are very into bringing out beauty in what they can visualize. Uh, I think it's awesome and a tremendous ability to do that. I wish that I had been blessed, but I kind of conformed to a standard that I had to live up to. I studied and was trained in mathematics, physics, calculus, which by itself is considered a sense of uh, well, let's put it this way. To become an engineer is not an easy feat. You really have to be dedicated to what you do and study, and to understand concepts and principles that require a lot of application and understanding. The laws of physics is something that always mystified me, and I felt a need to understand and draw uh, inspiration from learning from those wonderful minds who could theorize and conceptualize. Um, and in a way, physicists have beautiful, wonderful minds, love like musicians do. Um, and you'd be surprised, but there are a lot of music artists who have technical and scientific backgrounds and mindsets. Uh, it's not uncommon. Uh, there are many band uh, members who are very knowledgeable of the math, physics, sciences, that also are engaged in creating music. Um, I knew some people down in Virginia Tech, where I studied mechanical engineering, who also liked to jam and play music, who were engineering students, and some of them had their own bands, and even some were actually recording artists with labels, and they were studying for engineering degrees while they were also performing music venues. So I was very interested in hanging out with these people because they also not only had the gift of the scientific side, but they also had the gift of the music and creative side. And I always wanted to have that in my own life. I always wanted to be more expressive of my emotional feelings and convey that in words and lyrics. Um, I always wanted to be a music artist. I always felt that the ability to express yourself and to write and to share it in a music art form is a truly wonderful gift. And I admire music individuals who are able to write and compose and to express themselves through lyrics, song, musical performance. I love music. I've always been a fan of music. I remember the Beatles growing up. I remember Elvis Presley. So many groups, uh, the Mamas and the Papas. Procol Harum, the Yardbirds, uh, so many groups, bands, even uh, dual, like Sonny and Cher, and solo acts, um, like, uh, well, so many people that I can't even remember the names, and it's hard, especially when you're doing a video where you're speaking um, on the cuff. But I always enjoyed listening to good music, and I always felt that a music artist was gifted in that they could bring their creative side into the forefront and share it with people as a form of entertainment. And I always felt that that was beautiful, that they could do that. Um, the artist that I was just trying to think of sang a song called Downtown. She's from England. Um, Her name escapes me. I can't believe it. But if I can remember it, I'll certainly mention it. But I always felt a desire to bring myself into a creative art form, and that is why I'm very happy to kind of showcase my writings and my videos, my audio content in my T-Girl Angel page. Um, I guess you could say I am an artist, even though I'm not a professional. And I am a spoken word artist, so I speak my feelings. I share my writings through my writings of what's going on in my life through speech, video. I do soundtracks, and I feature them on my Reverb Nation page, T-Girl Angel. And I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy the camaraderie of other music artists, because I find there's a bond there, and we all kind of support each other, you know, and it's my intent to also learn of other artists and learn their music, and also to acknowledge them and to praise them. And if I can share their music in my own ways, to my own pages, certainly I will do that. Because I'm always supportive of music artists, and I will always be there to befriend them, to acknowledge their music content. I certainly will never do anything that will overstep my boundaries. I will only share their music and praise them for their music. So I basically am just one of their fans, and I'm appreciating what they do. And it makes me feel good if they are also fans of my work, even though my work is really not purely defined yet, and I still have a great deal of growth in my work, my art form. Plus, I'm a mature person. I'm actually starting much later in life in this area of interest. I've always had a need and a feeling that I wanted to do something within the music industry. I've always felt that it was a beautiful area to share my feelings, my desires, my own experiences. Certainly growing up and feeling different, I have a lot of inner struggle and pain that I can share, and I think it can also help people. I think to be able to express yourself and how you feel is certainly a very important thing, and I think the gift of expressing it in a way that allows you to reach an audience is also important. Um, if I could do anything that would have a positive effect and allow people to understand what it's like for me personally to struggle as a transgender girl, I would say that it's something that not many people can truly understand or appreciate, because the odds of being transgender is very slim. But in fact, it does exist, and the issues that transgenders face are a gender dysphoria that provides discomfort in how they feel and identify. I've always had that in my own growing as a young child and growing into adulthood. I never was able to resolve it, but I transitioned, and I transitioned much later in life. I actually have married, and I have a son who I am very grateful for, and I would never trade any of those experiences and the journey of becoming a father, a husband and a father, certainly are very important to me. The journey in becoming a woman is something that I've always felt I needed to do. I am not lying about it, but the transition aspect of going from male to female is very difficult, and there isn't much to really there isn't a lot of awareness with regard to the general population. A lot of people still feel that people who are transgender are quite different, and they don't really understand where they're coming from. And it is unfortunate, because transgender people are good people. They have good souls, and they just want to be happy and content. But I promised that I wasn't going to get serious, so I'll have to move into another subject area. Music is always my passion, even though I have a background as an engineer and as an accountant. I always had the desire to get involved in music through writing, and now that I have this page where I'm sharing my material, Reverb Nation, I'm quite excited. I don't know what will come of it as far as future plans, but I promise that I will always be active with presenting my feelings and sharing them in a musical content, whether it's spoken word or eventually in a song that I sing or speak. And I have done some songs already where I have spoken, and I think it's very important to express yourself and communicate how you feel and what's going on in your life. I think we all would benefit from that, and I think that that's a wonderful thing. And not many people know really how to express that aspect of their life, and I think that's unfortunate, because I think we all would benefit if we did soul searching and shared our life in a way that was intimate and we could express it in words. I am going to have to sign off now. YouTube has limited my content to 15-minute videos right now. I love you all. Bye.